Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show. Today I'm going to talk about the Cramps. The Cramps, what a band. I first heard about the Cramps when we had a store in Adelaide called Hot Rock T-Shirts, and it was in Hindley Street, and I used to go there and buy T-shirts from their band shirts and stuff like that. And that's where I discovered the Cramps, because I'd go in there and I'd see this band, the Cramps, and I'd also see the imagery of Poison Ivy. You know, she was always the icon for that band. You know, and I remember the T-shirt, or was it a poster or something? They had something in the store, and it had her bent over, looking behind her, like, you know, like, so you could see her butt, and she was like looking back towards you. And I remember seeing that poster and being like, who is this band? And then on Skate Radio or Smash It Up, or one of those two, you know, that I used to listen to, that was on 3D Radio or Triple M back then, I then discovered who the Cramps were, and immediately I was like, what style of music is this? I wasn't really aware of rockabilly or anything like that. I didn't know, you know, what was happening outside of my genre of hard rock and heavy metal and basic punk rock, right? So I didn't know about all these other genres that spread off into the world, you know. I mean, like, I learned about subgenres later on, and, you know, the deeper you dive into all this stuff, and when you're a kid, you know, to everything is just music to you. For me, it was like hard rock, heavy metal, and punk, and anything else I had no idea about. I started learning about all these other subgenres as time went on, but over the years, I just started grabbing things that I could find cheap. Now, the Cramps did come to Australia. I do remember them being advertised on 3D Radio or whatever. And for some reason, I never went. And the only reason that I can think that that didn't happen was because I didn't know anybody that would go with me. I mean, while I went to a lot of gigs on my own, for some reason, the Cramps just seemed like I wasn't welcome there. And it's nothing to do with the band or whatever. I just felt like that I wasn't a part of that scene, you know, their psychobilly scene or whatever. And I just felt like, maybe I shouldn't go. You know, I don't know. I don't know anybody that was into them. You know, I know in hindsight it's stupid and I should have just gone because nobody cares. But at the time, I was kind of like, oh man, you know, I really want to go, but I just don't know anybody that would go with me. So I never saw the Cramps live. One of my biggest regrets. So the only band out of my list of all the bands I ever wanted to see live that I never got to see. So anyway, I'm going to go through my Cramps collection now. I don't have heaps. I've seen Cramps collections online, especially here on YouTube, where people just have like insane amounts of Cramps stuff. But I've not been lucky enough to find insane amounts of Cramp stuff. But I have managed to find like a lot of bootlegs. Bootlegged Cramp stuff just seems to be everywhere. And so I can always find that stuff. But, you know, the original singles, like, I just don't have them. So I've got a few, but I'll go through them now with you. This is possibly maybe the rarest one I have, which is Drug Train, which is on Illegal Records, as you can see there. I think I paid like $10 for this, but yeah, apparently it's like rare or something. I don't know. Actually, I think this is the rarest Cramp single I have, which is Like a Bad Girl Should on Epitaph. This is on red vinyl there. So you got that on the back side. Very cool. Here's Kiss My Ass with Give Me a Woman on the flip side. I've got What's Inside a Girl with Give Me a Woman on the other side. And I have Can Your Pussy Do the Dog with Blue Moon Baby on the flip. That's the official 7 inches that I have. Now, here's all the bootlegs I've got. So I've got this one here, which folds out into a poster, which is pretty cool. So there you go. Very cool. I've got this one here. Sometimes Good Guys Don't Wear White, 5 years ahead of my time. I got this one at No Values Festival. I found it there. And same with this one here, which is A Dance of the Cannibals of Sex, which has Hurricane, Fighter Plane, and I'm Cramped on it. Very cool. This one, I can't remember where I got this one. I Want to Get in Your Pants, Mule Skinner Blues, and Aloha from Hell. Live in Stockholm, 1991. So, very, very cool. This one here as well. You'll Never Change Me and Bacon Fat. So, this is a boot as well. Yep, there you go. That's on the other side. Very, very cool. And I have this awesome Poison Ivy solo 7-inch, which has her doing the Peter Gunn twist, The Funnel of Love and Riot, and Cell Block 9. So that's the other side of it there. So it's on gold vinyl. Very, very cool. I have one 10-inch record, which is Blues Fix, but this is easy to find. You can find this anywhere. So, but yeah, it's cool. 4 great songs. Total rockers. I love this picture. Poison Ivy with the records. I've heard incredible stories about Poison and Lux's record collection, and I would love to talk to her one day about her record collection and find out what gems are in there. I mean, someone should really do one of those crate digger episodes or whatever and go to her house and look at the records and talk to her about the records. Somebody should do that because, you know, I would love to hear her talk about all these incredible records that they've got. Like, they have an amazing record collection. There is some photos that are on the net of them in their record room. And man, just seeing that just makes me think, like, I would love to go through those records. So here's all the LPs. Like I said, there are tons and tons of bootlegs in here. Not tons, but enough. So I'll go through the records with studio recordings and stuff like that first. So I've got Big Beat from Badsville, which is a great record. Flame Job, which is on Music on Vinyl. So it's one of those releases, which is still really cool. I like the releases that Music on Vinyl do. I feel that they do really good quality releases. So I do like this one. Great album. Smell of Female, which has them doing the Faster Pussycat theme on it, which is amazing because that's such a great song anyway. And if any band was going to do the Faster Pussycat theme and do a great cover of it, it was definitely got to be the Cramps. Bad Music for Bad People. This is unofficial. I think most of my Cramps records are unofficial. Whatever, you know. If this stuff is going to cost me too much to buy an original of, then I'll take a $20 bootleg any day of the week. And obviously it's got the Goo Goo Muck on here, which is made famous by Wednesday, which is a great show.
A week before we shot the dance, he chose the song Goo Goo Muck by the Cramps. And the Cramps is one of my favorite bands ever. So I was super excited, super pumped. It was on my episode 4 playlist.
You know, I'll talk about that in a minute. Rock and Reelin' in Auckland, New Zealand. There we go. Awesome. The Cramps Off the Bone. I wish I had the 3D glasses that go with it. I bought this one from My Mind's Eye. And yeah, and you can even see it's got the dude's writing on there. See? That's the guy's writing from My Mind's Eye. I think this was like $8. And yeah, I was stoked to get it. Really, really cool. All the hits. It's like a best of. Stay Sick, of course. Really cool. Bikini Girls with Machine Guns. Psychedelic Jungle. Always awesome. There you go. Great record. Really, really good stuff. I love all their albums. I do not have a bad thing to say about the Cramps. Just the fact that I regret not seeing them. That's the only negative thing I have to say about the Cramps is just, you know, and it's unfortunate that Lux passed away. You know, it sucks that he passed away so young as well. So, you know, it's so much charisma, so much stage presence. You know, great band, great, everything's great about him. So there we go. Look, Mom, No Head. And Songs the Lord Taught Us. This is a bootleg as well. I think it's on purple vinyl or something like that. You can always tell the bootlegs because you know, this is kind of blurry, all this writing. So it's not sharp. It's not sharp quality or anything like that. And finally, A Date with Elvis. So yeah, great record, this one. Really, really solid album. Can't remember where I got this one. Maybe Cleveland for cheap. I can't remember. Now, here's all the bootlegs I got before we get into all that other stuff that I want to chat about. But God Bless the Cramps. There we go. So this is an FM broadcast from 3rd of June 1981 in Marseille, France. So there's the back cover there with all the track listing and everything like that. Not a bad performance. I like the FM broadcast because they're pretty good quality. So that's always good. New York Live 1979. Very, very cool. There you go. The Complete Show live at Santa Monica Civic, 15th of August 1980. Very, very cool. Let's Get Ugly. This one is on Broadway Club USA, 6th of November 1981. So the reason I collect so many Cramps bootlegs, I mean, I'm not a big live album guy, but I collect a lot of their bootlegs because they do really interesting covers and they also do interesting versions of the songs. It's kind of like I'm just trying to see if there is a version out there that's really cool and unique that differs to other versions, you know. This one, I love the cover artwork on this. This is really, really cool cover artwork. So a nice looking bootleg. So I've heard some people say that the sound on this isn't that good, but I know it's alright. I mean, what do you expect? It's a bootleg. Live at the Keystone Club in 79 FM broadcast. Some of these may have different covers to what you've already seen, but they're the same, broadcast or whatever, just reissued with a new cover. So, but yeah, very cool. All aboard the drug train. There we go. This one is live at the Stone, San Francisco, California on the 13th of May, 1980. One of the final shows with Brian Gregory. So, there we go. And there is the track listing. Very, very cool. And the last one is the Cramps performing songs of Sex, Love and Hate, broadcast from London and Stockholm, a date with Elvis tour, 1986. So, there we go there. And there is your track listing and all that sort of stuff. Very, very cool. When Wednesday came out and Goo Goo Muck Dance happened and all that sort of stuff, and the Cramps kind of blew up for a moment there, I saw so much gatekeeping online. People saying, oh, they're probably all these Cramps fans, they're not real Cramps fans, blah, blah, blah. They're only discovering them now because of a TV show. My answer to that is, why do you care? Seriously, if none of that hurts you in any way whatsoever, why do you care? Wouldn't it be cool that Poison Ivy finally gets her dues and gets some royalties after years of just rocking out and probably not getting paid a huge amount of money? Don't you think she deserves to get paid? Like, someone wanted to use her music in a TV show. Why would she sit there and say, no, don't do that because I'm scared that new people might discover my music? Doesn't make any sense. And nobody should care about that. Some kid might watch that and become an awesome, hugely massive Cramps fan. How is that a bad thing? Like, what would you rather have? Someone listen to the Cramps or someone listen to a band that you just don't like? I don't know. It seems cool to me. If I saw a young person now walking down the street wearing a Cramps shirt, I'd be like, cool shirt, dude. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. It's the same with Stranger Things with the Metallica song, Master of Puppets. There's so much gatekeeping going on. It's like, why do you care? Kids are going to get into thrash metal. How is that a bad thing? You know what I mean? Focus on things that matter. Focus on things that maybe, get in the way of your life and you progressing further as a human being. Anyway, that is my trip with the Cramps. I know I've still got a long way to go in those singles. I'll get some of those singles someday. I just need to find them cheap. I'm never going to pay stupid amounts for these records. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching another episode of The Long Gone Is the Rock Show. Take care of yourselves. Look after each other. Go buy some records. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
We now return control of your television set to you.